doubt, fear, and uncertainty. It's easy to feel lost and alone in these times, but there's a source of strength that never runs dry, a beacon of hope that guides us through the darkest storms, our faith in Jesus Christ. In Him, we find the courage to face our challenges, the love to lift up our neighbors, and the wisdom to navigate life's complexities. When we open our hearts to Jesus, we open ourselves to a life transformed. He teaches us to see the world through eyes of compassion, to forgive those who have wronged us, and to extend grace even when it's difficult. His teachings are timeless, offering solace and guidance for the challenges we face today, just as they did for those who came before us. This journey of faith isn't about being perfect. It's about striving to be more like Jesus every day. It's about acknowledging our imperfections and seeking His guidance as we learn and grow, and it's about sharing His message of love, hope, and redemption with a world in desperate need of His grace. What does it mean to have faith in Jesus? It means trusting in His love and His promises, even when we don't fully understand them. It means believing in His power to heal, to forgive, and to make all things new. And it means finding the courage to live out our faith in our daily lives, even when it's hard. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but rather the willingness to act, even when we're afraid. It's about standing up for what we believe in, even when it's unpopular. It's about speaking out against injustice, showing compassion to those in need, and extending forgiveness to those who have hurt us. Jesus showed us what true courage looks like. He stood up to hypocrisy, challenged the powerful, and loved the outcast and marginalized. He taught us that true strength comes not from power or dominance, but from humility, compassion, and love. At the heart of Jesus' teachings is love. Love for God and love for our neighbor. This love is not a sentimental feeling, but an active choice we make each day to treat others with kindness, respect, and empathy. It means seeing the image of God in every person we meet, regardless of their background, beliefs, or circumstances. Compassion is love in action. It's about putting ourselves in other people's shoes, feeling their pain, and reaching out to offer help and support. It's about being a source of comfort to those who are hurting, a shoulder to cry on, and a beacon of hope in times of despair. When we live our lives with love and compassion, we not only honor Jesus' teachings, but we also create a more just, kind, and compassionate world for everyone. We become instruments of healing, reconciliation, and hope, spreading God's love wherever we go. Jesus taught us a radical concept: judge not, that you be not judged. In a world quick to criticize and condemn, this message is more important than ever. It's a call to examine our own hearts before we point fingers at others, to remember that everyone is fighting their own battles, carrying their own burdens. When we judge others, we create distance, division, and pain. We fail to see the humanity in those around us, reducing them to labels or categories based on our limited perspectives. This kind of judgment stifles compassion and prevents us from truly connecting with others on a deeper level. Instead of judging, Jesus calls us to show mercy and understanding. He reminds us that we are all sinners in need of grace, and that our focus should be on our own spiritual growth rather than on scrutinizing the flaws of others. When we choose to see the best in people, even when they make mistakes, we create space for healing, growth, and reconciliation. In the Lord's Prayer, Jesus taught us to revere God's name. Using His name in vain, whether through casual profanity or disrespectful language, diminishes the sacredness of our relationship with the divine. It's a sign of disrespect, not only for God, but for the very foundation of our faith. Treating the Lord's name with reverence is about acknowledging the power and holiness of God's presence in our lives. It's about recognizing that our words have weight, and that using His name carelessly can cheapen the profound love and sacrifice that Jesus represents. When we speak God's name, it should be with reverence, gratitude, and love. We should use it to uplift, to inspire, and to draw closer to the divine. Our words should reflect the awe and wonder that comes from knowing and experiencing the love of God in our lives. Jesus never forced anyone to follow Him. He led by example, demonstrating love, compassion, and humility. He taught us that true leadership isn't about wielding power over others, but about serving others with a humble heart. This applies not only to those in positions of authority, but to all of us in our interactions with others. When we try to push people around, whether it's our family members, friends, or colleagues, we create resentment, resistance, and conflict. We damage relationships and create an environment of fear and distrust. Instead of pushing our own agendas, Jesus calls us to listen with open hearts, to seek understanding and to build bridges of compassion. True influence comes not from force, but from the power of love, empathy, and genuine connection. When we lead with love, we inspire others to rise to their best selves, creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth. The Ten Commandments are clear: you shall not steal. This simple yet powerful statement speaks to a fundamental principle of living a Christ-like life, respecting the boundaries and possessions of others. Stealing isn't just about taking physical objects. It extends to taking advantage of others, their time, their generosity, or their trust. When we steal, we break a sacred bond of trust. We create division, suspicion, and pain. Whether it's a small act of dishonesty or a major theft, the consequences ripple outward, harming not just the victim but also the perpetrator and the community as a whole. Jesus calls us to a higher standard. He calls us to be givers, not takers, to share our resources generously, and to find joy in helping others. When we live with integrity and respect for others, we create a world where everyone feels safe, valued, and respected. Remember, true abundance comes not from accumulating possessions, but from living a life of generosity and love. In today's fast-paced work environment, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of success and productivity. But as followers of Christ, we're called to bring His teachings into every aspect of our lives, including our workplaces. This means treating our colleagues with respect, kindness, and compassion, even when deadlines loom and pressures mount. Pushing coworkers to the limit, exploiting their goodwill, or creating a toxic work environment goes against the grain of Jesus' teachings. It breeds resentment, undermines teamwork, and ultimately hinders productivity. True leadership is not about demanding more and more from others, but about inspiring them to bring their best selves to work. Imagine a workplace where everyone felt valued, respected, and supported, where leaders led with empathy, encouraging open communication, and fostering a culture of collaboration. This is the kind of workplace that Jesus calls us to create, one that reflects His love, grace, and compassion. Jealousy, a destructive emotion, can poison our hearts and relationships. It breeds envy, resentment, and bitterness, leading us down a path of negativity and despair. When we compare ourselves to others and covet what they have, we lose sight of the blessings in our own lives and fail to appreciate the unique gifts that God has given us. Similarly, overindulging in alcohol or substances can cloud our judgment, weaken our resolve, and lead us away from God's path. It can damage our health, harm our relationships, and make us vulnerable to making choices that we later regret. Jesus calls us to seek fulfillment and joy, not in fleeting pleasures or material possessions, but in a deep and abiding relationship with Him. He offers us true peace, lasting joy, and a life filled with meaning and purpose. When we turn to Him, we find the strength to overcome envy, the wisdom to resist temptation, and the love to embrace a life of true freedom and joy. Appreciation for the gift of family. Section 2. Trust and Respect, the cornerstones of marriage. Marriage, a sacred union between a man and a woman, is a beautiful reflection of God's love. It's a partnership built on mutual respect, trust, and a deep commitment to supporting each other through life's journey. Just as Christ loved the church, husbands are called to love their wives selflessly, cherishing them and putting their needs above their own. Listening to your wife, valuing her opinions, and seeking her input in decisions both big and small are essential for a strong and vibrant marriage. Open communication where both partners feel heard and respected creates an environment of trust and intimacy. Remember, marriage is a journey, not a destination. There will be moments of joy, laughter, and shared triumphs, but there will also be times of challenge and adversity. It's during these difficult times that the strength of your commitment to each other is truly tested and refined. By facing these challenges together, with God's grace as your guide, your love will grow stronger and your bond will become unbreakable. Section 3. Finding strength in community, friends, and coworkers. We are not meant to walk through life alone. God created us for community, for fellowship, and for the support and encouragement that comes from surrounding ourselves with others who share our faith and values. Our friends, co-workers, and fellow believers become our extended family, offering a listening ear, a helping hand, and a shoulder to lean on when times get tough. Treating our co-workers with respect, kindness, and fairness is essential, even in challenging work environments. Just as we strive to create a loving atmosphere within our families, let us also extend that same spirit of grace and compassion to our workplaces. Remember, every interaction is an opportunity to be a reflection of Christ's love. A kind word, a gesture of support, or a listening ear can make a world of difference in someone's day. When we build each other up, encourage one another, and celebrate each other's successes, we create a community of love and support that honors God and strengthens our faith. Section 1. Answering the call to serve. Jesus calls us to be the light of the world, to share his love and compassion with those around us. This call to serve begins in our own homes, neighborhoods, and communities. Every day we encounter people in need, a struggling neighbor, a lonely coworker, or a stranger on the street. These are opportunities to be the hands and feet of Jesus, to offer a helping hand, a listening ear, or a word of encouragement. Serving others reflects the love and compassion that God has shown us. It's about recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every human being. When we serve with a humble heart, we experience profound joy. True fulfillment is found in investing our time, talents, and resources in others. In a world filled with noise and distractions, true listening has become a rare and precious gift. Yet, it's at the heart of what it means to love and care for others. When we take the time to truly listen to someone, to set aside our own agendas and distractions and simply be present with them in that moment, we create a space of deep connection and understanding. Jesus, in his interactions with others, demonstrated the power of listening. He didn't just hear people's words, he listened to the cries of their hearts, to their unspoken fears, their deepest longings. He met them where they were, offering compassion, hope, and healing. When we listen with open hearts, without judgment or interruption, we allow others to feel truly seen and heard. We create a safe space for them to share their burdens, to process their emotions, and to find solace in knowing that they are not alone. This simple act of listening can be a lifeline of hope and encouragement, a powerful reminder that they are loved and valued.